Today we're diving into the world of resin bound surfacing, a versatile and durable surfacing option that's growing in popularity for driveways, garden patios and pathways. So what exactly is a resin bound surface and why should you consider it as your next potential project? Well, let's get into it. Resin Bound is a surfacing system that combines natural aggregates with a UV stable resin which is troweled down onto a surface to create a smooth, permeable and slip resistant finish. Unlike traditional surfacing methods like block paving or tarmac, resin bound surfacing is known for its aesthetic appeal, variety of colour options and excellent drainage characteristics. But how exactly does this process work? Well, here's a brief overview. We begin by removing your existing surface and then begin the Rhino 4-part base build process before we lay the resin bound. We start with rolling out a geotextile membrane followed by installing a ground reinforcement grid, laying MOT Type 1 hardcore and importantly compacting it in 100mm intervals, and then finally a Rhino rubber chrome mix which allows us to lay our resin bound surface on top of. The Rhino resin and aggregates are then mixed together to ensure a smooth and equal consistency across the aggregates. But don't leave the mix in the mixer for too long because it does cure fairly quickly, especially in warmer weather conditions. The mix is then deposited onto the surface and troweled down by hand. Now there's a little bit of an internal competition here at Rhino Surfaces about who can install the fastest. However, on an average basis, our installers will typically install the resin bound surface at about 30 square meters per hour. Now when you are working with resin bound, especially in warmer weather conditions because it's a thermosetting resin, you will need to work a little bit faster perhaps than normal because the resin will start to cure as you trowel it down onto the surface. Now once the surface is complete and it's left to cure and set, we recommend roughly 24 hours before you start walking on it or even start parking cars on your new resin bound surface. So why exactly would you choose resin bound surfacing over more traditional surfacing options like block paving, slabs, tarmac or even porcelain tiles? Resin bound surfaces are fully permeable, which means that actually water will drain through the surface at 25 litres of water per square metre per second. It's been chucking it down here for the last couple of hours or so. It's just started to thin out a little bit. There's still a little bit of rain in the air, but you can see that there's no puddles on the surface whatsoever. It just highlights how the surface works, helping to eliminate flooding and puddles too, and is fully compliant with all of the SUDS regulations. Particularly due to the Rhino 4-part base build process along with the resin mix that we use, our surfaces are extremely durable. Where you see block paving which is sunk or slabs which have come loose or perhaps even raised, you just won't get that with resin bound. It makes for the perfect surface for driveways or pathways or even commercial spaces that endure heavy foot traffic and vehicle traffic. With a wide range of colours available sourced from a local quarry, resin bound surfacing can be customised to match any design preferences. You can have one colour across the whole surface or even designs embedded to provide a finish that's desirable for you. Now one of the great things that so many customers love about resin bound surfacing is that it's low maintenance. They're resistant to weeds and algae and any dirt or debris can be easily washed away with a garden hose or a jet wash. We recommend giving the surface a clean just once a year just so it looks as good as the day it was installed. So if resin bound surfacing is the surface for you, well I'll leave a link down in the description below where you can get a free no obligation quotation. Or if you're looking for resin bound materials for an upcoming project, then be sure to drop me an email and I can definitely help you out. And if you would like to know more of the benefits of resin bound surfacing, well you can check out a more in-depth video here, as well as subscribe to the channel on your way out. And with that being said, I'll see you over in the next one.